Yo, what's up? It is day 37 of Road to 100k in 100 days. I'll start with the day first and foremost. It's a Tuesday today. As you can see, I got a new haircut, which is beautiful. And shockingly enough, I kind of continued with the trend of yesterday of getting a little bit complacent after closing a deal. So I woke up this morning and I did a couple hours of work. Really, I say a couple hours of work. I did about 30 minutes of work, and then I did about 90 minutes of language learning model discovery. What I mean by that is ChatGPT and Claude, just really looking at prompts that can actually get myself personally, as essentially an employee of a business right now, my own business, ahead in life in terms of productivity, setting goals, cutting out distractions, things like that. And then on the business side of things, learning about other competitors in my industry, what they're doing well, what they're doing not so well, and a comprehensive breakdown of really everything that can be discovered on the internet about my competitors. That's the beauty in using Claude and ChatGPT and language learning models like this, AI. That's why I think it's a super good invention, but that's neither here nor there. After that, I got a haircut. I went to go see my family. Got lunch with my mum. Got got food with my brother as well. And I just got back, and I want to address this real quick. I got a comment on my video from a channel called MonHub TV. So shout out to you that commented this. They asked, what did they ask? They asked, I wouldn't mind a quick summary of what you're working on in the description or something. I'm not going to show you in the description. I'm just going to show you right now in the video exactly what I'm working on. So let me just address the day. I didn't really get shit all done today, to be honest with you. But when I'm on a good day, when I'm having a good day, and I'm not complacent like I was today and a lot of yesterday, I actually work really hard. Shockingly, I know. But I actually work really hard on the business. And the goal is to do two things. Number one, the only two things that matter in my business. Number one is making sure my customers are happy. And number two is making sure I get customers. That's it. Right? And those are really broken down into two things. Keeping my customers happy is service delivery. And that's a lot of different things I can tell you, but I want to tell you the main things, which our service consists of. Number one, and the real money maker, is advertising. So we do all the advertising for our customers. I've written it down on a piece of paper. Let me just show you real quick. This is me. This is how I get paid from residential contractors. Not from commercial contractors, not from people that want their houses fixed. I get paid directly from the builder, the plumber, the electrician, the painter. I get paid from them. That is my customer. Not anyone else. That is my customer. That's who pays my bills. Okay? Got that. That's who pays my bills. This is what I do for them. Very, very simple. So we do the ads, the copy and creative. And look, if this is, teaching you how to suck eggs, don't mind this. But the copy and the creative in advertising is two things. The copy is the text. So every time you see an ad and it has words, that's considered copy. The ad itself, the video or the photo, that's the creative. So a lot of the people I work with, I'm in Auckland, New Zealand, a lot of the people are all across the country, whether that's Australia or whether that's New Zealand or in Australia, right? So I can't exactly drive down the road to see them. So when I'm talking about creative, I get the customer of mine, who's a builder or a painter, an electrician, you get the idea. I get them to send me all the videos and photos they can of their business. Videos are better, especially for ads. Videos are much better, especially when they are upright videos. The way you're watching this video now, landscape, that's not brilliant for ads on Facebook and Instagram. I'll just be honest, it's not brilliant. People like the TikTok method, where they have their phone like this and they scroll, scroll, scroll. So obviously you want to join in with the algorithm pretty much. You're not trying to stand out like a sore thumb. You want to blend in, discreetly. So I get them to send me as many videos as possible. Usually, there's only a few things they can send. They can send a video of them talking to the camera, which rarely, rarely happens, honestly. I always encourage my clients, if you want to get in front of the camera and, not be camera shy and put yourself out there, that's going to help. But if you don't, I totally understand, and that's fine. Usually they don't. It's either going to be that, some of them have, so it's either going to be that, one type of content, one type of, video, or it's going to be introducing the team of some sort. It doesn't have to be them talking on camera, but just a quick video of them. Or it's going to be before and after. So what the house looked like before we changed the bathroom, and now what the house looks like after we've changed the bathroom and it looks a million times better. Those are great videos. And probably the fourth type of video is just some sort of testimonial, right? Pretty simple. So those are the four types of content I like to get out of my clients. And I do all of this up front. We do all of this up front. We don't continuously hassle our clients. The goal is to get everything we can out of them before we actually provide a service and provide value. So their life as my customer is as easy and seamless as possible. On to the second thing we do is content. Pretty much the same as what I just described to you. Content is just making a content schedule, making sure the content actually has relevance to their customers. Because remember, I told you, my customers are residential contractors. The people that the residential contractors sell to are, by extension, also my customers in a way. The people they sell to are homeowners that need a problem repaired. Pretty simple. Like I said, a painter, a builder, a landscaper, an electrician, a plumber. So I need to speak to those people. I need to speak to homeowners in Wellington, homeowners in Dunedin, homeowners in Auckland, homeowners in Whangarei, homeowners in, if you're in America, in Chicago, homeowners in Atlanta, stuff like this. That's who I'm speaking to when I'm making the copy and the creative for these ads. I'm not going to waste valuable money and time making an ad that's not fit for the right audience. Before anything, pretty much, is I have to figure out their target market, their target audience, which is very simple. Homeowners in and around the area. Got that? Cool. So again, the advertising is one side of things. The content is one side of things. And third and finally, it's just overall online optimization, optimizing their online presence. So Facebook ads, Instagram ads. Another type of advertising is Google ads. That's also setting up a Google My Business account if they don't have one already. Setting up a website if they don't have one already, which is a little bit extra, but usually my customers already have a website or don't care to make a website. They'd rather decline making a website, which is understandable. And just making sure everything is in a smooth alliance, right? Put yourself in a homeowner's shoes. If you're a homeowner and you see an ad that says, hey, we're running an offer where if you click the link today, if you fill out the lead form today, you're going to get 10% off your brand new kitchen. We've already helped 25 homeowners in the last 18 months. We'd love for you to be the 26th or something like that, right? And you go on their Facebook page and you fill out the lead form. But before you fill out the lead form, you're like, let me scope around real quick. You go on their Facebook page and they have no content. No posts, no videos, no nothing. The only video you see is the ad, which doesn't even pop up on their homepage, right? It only pops up on your Facebook feed or Instagram feed. It doesn't actually pop up on their account. So you click the account and it's got no profile picture and it was made 3 weeks ago, right? Not the most trustworthy looking thing. You want to actually make sure that there's content there, that it has reviews on the page from previous customers. Same with your Google My Business. You want to have reviews, as many as possible. That way you can go up the ladder in the search ranks. And you just want to have the keywords on your website, right? I'm going to give you another really basic example. Again, if I'm teaching how to suck eggs, I apologize here. This isn't intended to sound, I'm not trying to take the piss out of you guys. I'm actually trying to inform you. And if you don't know, now you know. On your website, you want to have the keywords such as, if you're a builder in Auckland, you want to have the word Auckland builder, builder Auckland, builder in Auckland, Auckland, like, you know, it's just simple things like this. Renovation in Auckland, Auckland renovation, Auckland home renovation, Auckland home remodel, Auckland kitchen remodel, Auckland bathroom remodel. Whatever you provide, make sure you have the keywords in your website. And try also, when your customers are giving you reviews, try to include those keywords. Try to make sure they include those keywords. That's where you're really, really winning. So I want to take it back. My job is to sell that service of pretty much, here's the results: more online presence and more customers and more opportunities, really. That's the results I sell. The main result is more results, right? The main thing I sell is you will get more customers. The way you'll get more customers is you're going to have more opportunities to get customers, because I'm going to run the ads for you, and I'm really good at running ads. And in return, by the way, I'll tell you the setup fee. I've already said this before, but this is the setup structure. This is how I actually get paid. I'll run an ad myself, so I spend about $20 a day on ads. Sometimes it's more if I'm running low on customers. Sometimes I'll put to like $80 or $90 a day on ads. I'm spending about $20 a day on ads, all right? And let's say I get 2 leads per day. So 2 homeowners, 2 of these guys, who can potentially pay me, they fill out my lead form. I call them, I say, hey mate, I saw you filled out my lead form. I know this is your name. I know this is your business. Tell me about your business. How's things going? Are you running ads? No? Okay. If not, why not? If you are, how are they doing? Tell me about your content strategy. Tell me about your... I just get to know the person. I get to know the person. I get to know the business. I'm not going to go through my whole sales script, because I don't want to talk your head off. But I get to know the person, and if I can help them, I make them a sales presentation. If I can make them a sales presentation that they're happy with, essentially, I ask them to be a client. And when I ask them to be a client, this is how it's structured. You don't pay anything for the remainder of our partnership that we don't generate for you. Here's how it works. You have a one-time setup fee, and you're going to pay that now just to get your account set up and get everything out of the way and really get this partnership locked in. That's $3,997. So it's almost $4,000, right? So it's a great setup fee for me. It's brilliant. They don't pay anything else the remainder of the time to me. That's it. Everything's up front. The only thing they pay to me is at the end of every month, I get in touch with them. I get in a call with them. I show them their ad manager, which they have access to. They can see. They give me ad account access. And we go through the leads one by one, just like this. Let me show you. I'm not going to show you everything here, but this is one of my clients. So that you can see for yourself. March 1, 2025 to May 13th. By the way, today is May 13th. We've got 88 leads. Cost per result of just shy of $19. And we spent $1,666. Yeah, at the end of every month, we go through these leads. I put these leads all in a CRM. So I put their name, their number, and the conversation I had with them, me and the team had with them, how it went, and if it was a good opportunity, if my client went out to see them, and if my client went out to see them, I asked my client, hey, how much did that deal close for? I don't need access to your bank account. I'm just going to take your word. Did that deal close or did it not close? Awesome. And if it did close, this is what we agree. This is what we agree on the start of the very start of the contract. It's just a 5% revenue of that. So let's say that a deal closes for $10,000. Cool, everything's sorted. You got the job done. You got the payment, everything. Chuck us $500. Simple as that. If it's a $5,000 job, chuck us $250. If it's a $2,000 job, chuck us 5% of that. That's shocking. I don't know what that is. 5%. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, if it's a 2,000 job, you just chuck us $100. It's really fair, right? You're not giving us majority of the share of the cake. 5%. And that's it. Again, if I don't get these people, these customers, homeowners that actually want to have their house repaired, I won't get paid. So I'll only get paid the setup fee, which is cool, don't get me wrong, but the real money is not made on the setup fee. It's made on ongoing partnerships, right? That's where the real money's made. Not only because, the $200 or, $200, $100 from all these deals coming in, $100 here, $100 here, $200 here, $500 here, $200 here, that's cool. That's brilliant. That's amazing. But it's the word of mouth. If I can actually provide the service I say I'm going to provide, if I provide it really, really well, and I make my customers happy, they're going to want to share my word, and they're going to be happy to give testimonials, which is really how business grows. By the way, I forgot to mention this. Like I said, I'm spending $20 a day on ads approximately, so not a whole lot, just $20 a day. My customers, they also spend about that much. So that customer I just showed you here, this guy. Oh, sorry. Let me show you. Let me just break this down for you real quick. So this campaigns, ad set. So this is how we test ads. Copy 1 and copy 2. In terms of copy, this is just two different types of texts on the ad. Okay. So one of them speaks to people this way, and one of them speaks to people another way. The reason for this is testing. This is how you test ads. You don't just test by running one ad for 7 days and then changing the whole ad 7 days later and running another ad and see which one gets more results. You test at the same time. You test at the same time. So there we go. We got copy 1 and copy 2. As you can see, copy 2 has 48 results. Copy 1, 40 results. So copy 2 is clearly a little bit better. And in these copies, we test different creatives. So we got creative 1 and creative 2. As you can see, creative 3, funny creative, and creative 3 aren't live. And you can see the results. 47, 1, 37, 3. Creative 1 is the winner. Yay. So right now, we are only testing copy. I'm hoping that makes sense. It's a little bit confusing. I'm hoping that makes sense. But by the way, where I'm going with this is they spend $12 a day per ad set. And in total, $14 a day. Since $24 a day since there's 2 ad sets. So yeah, my customers spend about $24 a day. We may as well do the math right now. So we got $24 a day times 28. Let's do that real quick. 24 times 28. Timesing it by 28 because it's 4 weeks in a month. 7 times 4, 28. Cool. Boom, that's our number, 672. So 24 a day times 28 days in a month. They're spending $672 a week, a month rather. And as you saw there, well, let's do that times. It's been about 2.5. Yeah, this is from March 1 to May 13. So all of March, all of April, January, March, April, all of March, all of April, and then half of May. So let's times that by 2.5. 672 times 2.5. Yep, this is all adding up. So about $1,680 is spent so far, and if you remember clearly, yep, $1,666 have been spent so far. Oh, hello. There we go. And my job is to make sure that that is generated way more than $1,666. And the good news is, since I have, the blessing of working with people that charge high prices, because it's not cheap, by the way, to fix your home. If you live in $1 million home and you want to make an adjustment to increase the value of your home by 5% or 10%, it's not going to be free. It's not free to get a brand new bathroom. It's not free to fix your kitchen. It's not free to paint your house. It's quite expensive. The money's there. And again, this client of mine has got 88 opportunities. Now let's just say, I'm going to play the hypothetical game here. Let's say the average quote of my customer is $2,500, okay? This person's a painter, okay? So sometimes their quotes can be really high, like 12 grand or 10 grand. Sometimes it can be quite low, like 750 bucks. But let's say the average quote is $2,500. That's average, okay? In the middle. We're timesing that by 88, because this is how many opportunities we've got, okay? I know not all 88 are good opportunities, and not all 88 closed. I'm going to tell you that right now. No way. But let's just say 5% of them can close, okay? So let me do the math here. 5% of 88 is indeed 4.4. Let's just say 4. Okay, you can't 4.4. That's a bit crazy. So we've got 4 clients at 2,500 bucks each. 4. Yep, there we go. 10 grand. So essentially, to cut a long story short, my client spent 1,666 bucks and made 10 grand. Hypothetically, of course. I don't know what the real numbers are. Could be more, could be less. I don't know, but I'm joking. I do know, but I just don't want to disclose that to you. My client's doing all right. That's what I'm getting at. And I'm doing all right because remember, I had the $3,997 setup fee, and let's just say they made 10 grand. They give me 5% of that, and that is 500 bucks. So just from this one client, I've made $4,500. The client, they paid their $4,500 to me, spent $1,600 on ads. They keep the rest. That's 3 grand profit. But this is all hypothetical for now. These jobs can be really, really big. Okay, I've had customers get $25,000 jobs in the first week, with spending like 200 bucks on ads. They pay me my 5% and then they keep the rest. I'm like, I should have charged more, but this is what the game of business is, really. I'm talking about money a lot because my bro here, the guy who commented, they wants to hear about it. But it's just helping people. You really have to put others before you put yourself. If I was just in this for money, I don't know. I couldn't actually fathom what that would look like. I don't know how I would successfully be a bad business person, because the word spreads quickly. So you have to be in it for others more than yourself. If you can serve and provide others, they will appreciate it and they will pay you handsomely. And again, I'm not even saying 4 grand's a lot. It's good money, don't get me wrong. But 4 grand, and by the way, the minimum contract for my clients is 3 months, 90 days. So 4 grand over 90 days. I mean, it's not like I'm getting paid millions here, right? This is not ridiculous money. Of course, if you can help 50 clients like that, of course it's good money. But again, I'm only on 2 right now. 2 in the last 37 days. Not looking good, bruv. So I hope that video helped. Helped explain kind of just the basics of how my business operates. Yeah, that was quite a layman's term explanation, but the deal is I pay for ads, okay, and I get people in return fill out the ads. I get residential contractors fill out the ads because they're interested in my ads, because I also have good copy and good creative on the ads. They fill out my ads, they tell me their business name, I call them, I say, hello, your business XYZ Builders, I just had a look online, tell me about it. They tell me about it, I say I can help, I get them on board with me, I get a $4,000 setup fee, which is amazing, I'm always very happy about that, which is awesome, don't get me wrong. I then actually provide a brilliant service, which fortunately on my end, let me show you this real quick, I actually have, oh, hello. I already have SOPs right there for actually setting up the service, which is actually very, very helpful. Every business is different though, so I'm not going to set every business up the exact same, but I have an idea, a ballpark of how to set it up, which is super helpful in the long run. About a week or 2 after that, they should start seeing a lot of leads coming in from their ads. Their social media will probably get a few new followers from the little few tricks and tricks up our sleeve that we know on our end. And yeah, the results start coming in and it's really good. My days are usually filled up with one of those two things. Speaking to people that I want to get to, speaking to people like this, they get me paid. Or speaking to people like this, they get them paid, which also I get 5% off. So again, I know I've talked your head off for a long time. I'm hoping this makes a bit of sense. And by the way, if you want to see what my desk looks like, let me show you real quick. I got two things here. So every day, post new content, film new content, sales and marketing, lead gen, sales process, sales calls, warm calls, CRM update, service delivery, and review day. Ads, content, service delivery, and calls. Pretty simple. And then here, I got a nice little quote to live by. Most people aren't sure why they get paid. They forget that they're hired for the purpose of achieving a specific result. HG Media's results? We get leads and sales for residential trade businesses or residential contractors through social media. If we don't get them results, we don't pay. Pretty simple. So if I'm ever feeling a bit lost and feeling a bit confused, I look at that and I say, you know what? I know what I got to do. I got to get my customers results. Simple, plain. Hope that makes sense. So tomorrow is Wednesday. By the way, going back to today is Tuesday, the 13th of May. Oh, hello. I didn't book any new meetings today. Like I said, I was out. I was faffing about, got a haircut, hung out with the family. Just feeling good about myself, really. But tomorrow, I'm back to work, and I'm back to work heavy. I'm going to sort my whole CRM out. I got a whole lot of people to call from weeks ago, actually. I got people to call. I got meetings to book. And I've also got homeowners to call on behalf of my clients. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Hope this video helped. What was your name again, bro? Munhub TV. I hope this video helped, bro. I know it was long as hell. If you got through the whole video, fair play to you. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Tune in for tomorrow. And yeah, boys. If you're doing anything like me and you're interested to know a bit more, you can keep asking in the comments. I'll try to help out. Maybe if you want to see my ads, cool. I don't really want to show you my customers' ads because those are, wouldn't really be. Maybe I'll show you their ads, okay? I can tell you a template of their ads, okay? That'd be better. But if you want to learn any more, you can feel free to ask. And I don't outsource anything, guys. I do everything in-house. I do everything myself. So I like to think I know what I'm talking about. I'm doing all right for myself. So yeah, appreciate the support, guys. Remember, like, subscribe, and comment. Peace.